Welcome back to Coming This Summer. We're talking about a totally different movie that we just saw. It Lives Inside.
Yeah, our theater got this one. We missed out on a couple other some other horror movies.
Weirdest shit that
our
get at
theater rotates a bunch of garbage. Otherwise, we got to drive like 30 miles to go see shit.
Like minimum, yeah.
Yeah. So, It Lives Inside. Who produced this one?
Your favorite movie studio.
A24.
Your favorite.
I love those guys.
Thank you. His favorite.
I've made it like it's my duty to piss off
I know.
A24 fans now.
Wait until we're about to sell a script and the guys walk in and it's the interested buyer and they go, "Hello, Ryan. I'm Mr. A24."
What is Tyler Superbad now? Fucking. I will change every opening card and Photoshop Tyler.
We'll get rid of the videos. They're gone. Okay, so
what
anyway,
videos? What coming this summer? Yeah,
we are getting horror movies dumped once a week right now.
It's almost October.
It's basically October. This weekend coming up is October. Actually, when you're watching this review, it's probably October. We're recording this like a day before October.
I mean, it is October.
It's probably October. Well, no, actually. Maybe the 1st or the 30th. We don't know because we're recording it on the 29th.
You tell us in the comments.
Okay. So,
yes. I love a good horror movie that doesn't give you the monster until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
That's always that always earns a few points right off the bat.
As long as you give us the monster.
As long as you give us
the
monster.
I hate the ones that tease it and then you never get it.
As long as you give us the monster.
Because they wanted to save $8 million.
And I don't want the monster the whole movie either. That's why Boogeyman, they gave us the monster pretty much the whole movie, comparing it to other horror movies that dropped this year. We've seen
this is
Evil Dead Rise.
Boogeyman meets Smile.
Boogeyman, Insidious. Smile was 2022, but we think it was 2023.
Well, in our last year that we've seen,
it got a re-release. Yeah. True. None. Just naming some horror movies.
This was though Smile meets
it was Smile.
Boogeyman.
It was very Smile.
It was Smile meets Boogeyman.
Yeah.
It's literally that movie.
Yeah.
It was that movie.
It was Smile without like it.
The way the curse wasn't the exact same.
It wasn't like
you weren't cursed
transferring to a lot of other people.
You were cursed in a way where you just happened to stumble upon this thing and now you're
fucked.
Sorry.
You're effed.
Oops.
You're effed, Johnson.
Oops. Did you go to that house? Well, it was kind of like The Grudge in that regard, where once you go into a place and the thing hears you or sees you, now it's attached to you and
now
your negative
it's your
emotions,
problem.
and now it's your fucking problem.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's a high school movie, which me and him do crap on those a lot because they gotta do the high school cast, we gotta lovey-dovey, and I want to fit in, and how come they're not fitting in? I used to be friends with them, and now we don't.
We
gotta
do the party with the monster and some creepy shit on the loose.
Get past the tropey stuff, which now seems to be the case with horror movies because they got to give us 35-minute exposition.
I'm not crapping on A24.
No.
But that is an A24.
Oh, no. But that's not even an A24 thing. That's every horror movie we've seen this year.
That's true. That's very true. But Talk to Me was very much a high school thing also. And that was not... That was just produced. These are all just produced by A24.
No,
they grab different writers and different movie makers for each
The
one.
concepts are good here in these horror movies.
Yes.
And the execution, for the most part,
it's pretty good.
It's fine.
It's all right. Yeah, we get creepy MacGuffins. We get scary monster.
I actually like this more than I thought I would. Honestly,
it was a sleeper. I would say for sure. I did not see this one coming.
I think they did
way better than Insidious.
Oh, God.
Way better than The Nun. Not way better, but better than The Nun 2.
I probably liked it a little bit better than The Nun. It's way better than any of these Insidious movies times 100.
Haunting in Venice was technically a horror movie.
For scares, this was better than that.
It was better than that.
For scares.
It was better than that.
As an overarching movie, no way. Haunting in Venice is way better.
Haunting in Venice had more substance. For sure.
Okay. I don't want to do super spoilers-ish, but I don't want to also... Okay.
Well, we got to preface. Yeah, we got to preface the movie where it's...
So here's the plot.
These two...
these lifelong Indian friends...
Yes.
Have been friends since they were little.
Yes.
Since they came over as immigrants.
Yes.
And that's how they fit in together. They were always together. Well, when high school came, one of the one who
it's
thought...
It's horror joyride.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so when high school came, the one girl who considered herself a little prettier and a little more or whatever decided she was going to go be the cool kid and leave the friend behind.
Right.
That is literally, I just saved you 25 minutes.
Yeah,
because
genuinely.
I don't know what... My problem with the movie, I didn't care about the length. My problem was like, why spend all that time to make that point? And they give you 3 different set pieces and the same dialogue with different characters just to tell you a home out and at school to tell you that they used to be friends. They don't fit in. She doesn't fit in yet.
We need to do home, chat with mom, School, chat with guy I like. Gym, chat with friend about guy I like.
Teacher.
See,
the teacher who's concerned about the friend.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
And then we got to talk to friend who's concerned about other friend. What's her problem?
Right.
You know?
But
the other friend is holding a jar
of black.
That's
of death, and it's creepy.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Frank, and he just slaps it down and goes, "That's blue. You want blue?" She's holding a jar of just black.
Just
I thought it was like blood, maybe,
bloody,
or something.
weird demon
Hair. Like if I drop my hair right now and it was all black and just let it go.
You spent the day out in the Florida humidity.
If I just went outside for 8 seconds and came
and
back.
never washed your hair again.
And I was in this black robe, like
looks
Palpatine
like she crawled out
robe.
of the ring.
Yeah. I go, what's wrong with her?
That's my problem.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They did
look at her.
They did reverse the trope at the end, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like horror movies.
What do you mean? Obviously something is wrong with her.
And that takes me out of it. And again, everybody goes with their horror movies, right? But give me some kind of reality. If some creep person who looks like they haven't slept in 3 weeks is holding a jar or something,
in the school, are
and
there not?
She's like,
a teacher's concerned, and instead of asking the friend or
the actual
person in trouble, they go, "Hey, why don't you talk to your friend? I knew you guys were close years ago."
By the way, the teacher,
aren't you like an authority figure?
She's
like,
a complete
to these
dick
kids?
to the kid too. The kid comes in like, "What is it? 30 minutes late this time? You got a note for me this time? I guess not. Have a seat." 10 minutes later, is your friend okay? So should I be concerned?
It's like if a student walks in and
Looking
they
like
look
that?
like they want to kill themselves, don't
Belittle
antagonize and belittle them. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then literally like into class, "Hey, come here and talk to you. Is your friend okay?" No, you just embarrassed them in front of 30 people because they were late.
Not to mention that other shit they got going on.
Yeah, I don't know what she's holding. What she threw it on you? What if it's some like dead animal carcass that she's throwing on you? Why would you even? So again, we get this needless. Again, I actually like. I know it sounds like I'm shitting on it, but I like the concept of the movie. We get the beginning where they're like, we're coming up on the celebration in their culture where they celebrate, where they trap this demon away forever so it can't eat.
And they celebrate the victory.
And they celebrate the victory.
Sure.
But then they keep dropping you hints that the family that she used to be the best friends with, maybe they didn't pray or they didn't give things and they were broken and they were running because something wasn't right and they didn't. So they kind of give you
with like one other kid,
right,
who
which
died
they don't give you any kind of.
Also
there's some
Hindi
jarring
Indian.
cuts in this movie from like.
It just kind of goes from A to B.
Hey, she went to sleep, everything's fine. She had a nightmare, woke up, and now she's back at school, and you're like,
what? Did you fall asleep in class?
Did I fall asleep? You know what I mean?
Am I possessed?
So
A24 is so good at making horror movies. It's
interactive. It's an experience now.
Oh my God.
That's what Warner Brothers want to do with those NFTs. So after we get
NFTs,
after we get the whole build up and the whole weird friend thing, and by the way, they really go over the top to make the popular friend popular. She's friends with this popular girl. She's like, "Can you say you're my best friend, but in Hindi or in Hindu?" I was like, "It's Hindi." Okay, whatever. Just say it. You know what I mean? And like, oh, there's your old friend over there. Gross. She's like looking at me, and they're like, "Well, we're not really. I'm not even." So you get literally. You get 35 minutes of that.
That's high school, though.
It is
high school in film.
But finally, when you get, but again, no,
it's never done different.
90s high school.
Yeah,
because you
that's
get
the problem.
Everybody's going to the sock hop. No one checks their phones. Everybody lives in this cool world where they go home, talk to their parents.
It's Greece.
Have dinner with their family. Don't play video games. Don't sit in the room. I have teenagers. I'm just saying
because that culture is
semi
right. What I mean?
But you're right.
Like,
but
so
yet she has the white boyfriend guy, nerd guy, who's also just like,
let's go to the parties. My
like,
mom would kill me.
I think he was on that
and then
70s
she goes
show.
To the party.
Yeah,
we don't get any conflict with that. Like on that 90s show. Yeah. He was the main guy.
So,
he got stuck in the 90s. Yeah,
so
that's the problem. Everybody's in a Grease movie.
It's really
like
weird.
she
all
randomly goes to the high school at one point for no reason and just like sits in the gym.
That's
for no
a trope
reason.
though that exists on all genres right now.
But
MCU does it.
But you don't have.
Right, we're gonna meet back at the high school at 10 o'clock at night on Friday.
But she's alone. She just like goes there to think.
Yeah.
And read the book.
Yeah, because
she could have gone anywhere. The public library. An arcade?
So she sits.
A Walmart?
But okay, you skipped. Okay, so
like
her friend
enters the school. You don't have all access to school. That's not a thing. And this movie is supposed to be set in 2023.
So after we get these like 35 minutes of something's not right with this friend, the former friend approaches the main character and she's like, I need your help, but you got to promise to believe me. I think that's been used in every horror movie that's existed.
Yeah.
Friend says, of course I'll believe you, even though she clearly
the weird
won't.
Fucking jar of black. Yeah.
So she proceeds to say, demon in the jar. I got myself into something I shouldn't have. I thought I could keep it contained. I shouldn't have messed with things I shouldn't have. I did. I'm screwed.
We're effed. It's the demon that we're celebrating.
Right.
It's the thing. So
Popular girl, you really weird me out. I don't believe.
And
first it's I believe you, but not
there's
really.
There's other like people watching the whole time.
And making fun.
Yeah, like all the blonde white chicks are like watching. What's going on?
So she wants to fit in, so she's not going to take her seriously. So whatever.
So she slaps the black, the jar right in the locker room, and like smoke emanates and demon juice comes out everywhere.
Again,
and I'd be like, oh fuck, you weren't lying.
That's the horror movie I want to see. I want to see the opening scene where I want to be like a guy like playing video games. You're my roommate, right? And you walk in,
dude,
and you look like that, and you're holding a jar, and you're like, I need to talk to you. Yeah. You have to believe me. I'm like, are you all right, man? Yeah, sit down. And then you said, there's a fucking demon in this jar. I found it. I shouldn't have. I opened it. If I open it, it will try to get out. I'd be like, okay, all right. Call buttons. Call engineer Tyler. Let's get everybody in here. We got to figure this shit out.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, screw yourself, bro. I'm trying to play Halo, man. What? No. Who does? What is happening in real life?
Yeah.
Supposed to be
and if you did, you go, fuck you, and smash it, and black smoke emanates, you'd be like, oh, shit.
I'd be like, oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were kidding. I thought you were high. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, but you don't get
There's
that.
None of that. Black smoke comes out of this jar, and like the white chick.
Ew, gross. What are you from, Charlie Brown? Is that like, are you like the kid with the blanket because you're gross and you're dirty? Like, no, what do you mean? I don't even know what's happening.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Demon juice. Did nobody see the demon juice? Nobody reacts to it at all, and it's just a fucking smoke.
So they all leave.
What?
She stays in the locker room for some weird reason. Because we get this weird cut.
I know.
And the girl's sleeping, and then wakes up the next day, and then we show you back into the locker room, and the friend's back there, and then the thing gets out of the jar and gets her. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, it didn't kill her.
No, it takes her and like puts her in a thing.
Puts her in a thing. But yeah, it's killing everyone else. By the way, just so you know, this is the horror movie things I don't like.
Murders some of the teachers, some of the students, some of like
Insidious
family members.
We're gonna kill everyone, but we're gonna lock him up on that pole there with a chain. What? It's like the James Bond villain.
They put her in like a coffin or something, yeah, and just like in the creepy kid's house or whatever who died years ago or some shit. Like, there's no police investigation, nothing. School's not shut down for a couple days. Students are fucking dying.
See, the worst part about these, I like these movies more when I watch them, and then we start breaking them down, and I hate them more and more because you're right.
Because it makes no sense. And I know horror movie.
It's a horror movie, but it gets worse. So she disappears.
Have to ground it in world,
She's like distraught because she has to go to the celebration anyway. The demon.
Oh, the prayer thing.
Getting away celebration. She leaves early because she's upset.
That's right.
So she goes to the party, finds the boy. Now they're like it rains, so they have to get like intimate basically in a car.
I got mud in your car.
So then, we cut
out.
Another weird nightmare sequence. Then to the next day, they're at the house. They investigate, because she found the book.
That's a weird cut too.
There's a bunch of weird.
Because she's like, look at this book I
got the book that's found. Yeah.
That looks like it was burned.
But he believes her immediately.
I know.
So we go this jarring tone.
Smush.
It's the only one that makes sense.
He
wants the snoo. So
drama review.
So he goes with her to the house. They're on the swings. He kisses her.
Yeah.
This is the best dialogue he does in the entire movie, by the way. He finally looks like he's like got some acting lessons and nails this scene because he's not great in the beginning.
They hired a teacher in the middle and who came on during the set.
So he gets ballsy. He plants a kiss on her. She's all like smitten. Yeah. He pulls a joint out. My favorite part of the movie, lights it. And then the most realistic part I've ever seen in a movie with drugs, and I'm not kidding. He goes, only if you're into it, because that's exactly what happens in real life. There's no such thing as peer pressure. No one makes people to smoke their weed. No one goes, take my marijuana and smoke it for me. Never has happened. It will never happen because shit costs money and no one's like, you want some of this? Take it now. Fucking take my weed now, Ryan.
Yeah, if somebody goes no, it's like, sweet.
Right. So again, the most realistic line I've ever heard two teenagers say was like, only if you're into it. And she's like, yeah, okay, I'll try. And he's like, okay. Like, not peer pressure, only if you want it.
And then you tell them just a little bit so they don't smoke all your weed.
Yeah. So I appreciated that part.
That's 101 right there. You know what I mean? Come on.
So she's coughing while they're kissing, and it's actually funny. Like, it's the most genuine I think you see of like an actual teenage part. Like that's how it would go
the whole time.
Though.
Yeah.
So then she hears voices, leaves him there, goes inside. The demon just does things invisibly to this kid that no way that she could do. I mean, like, bad things, like chained, broken body. Things are he's like getting bent backwards. He's screaming. Blood's coming out. He hits the ground.
Yeah.
Cut to nighttime. Ambulance is there. They're like, you got to tell us what happened.
Yeah.
What did you do? What's happening?
What did
it's
you
like,
do?
what's going on? Talk to us.
What are you talking about? Like, yeah. Yeah. It's the TikTok dude.
Yeah. Like.
Are you kidding me? Oh, it was an animal. They ruled it as.
Right.
What? Was it a fucking silverback goddamn gorilla with Wolverine claws? What the fuck are you talking about, an animal? What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? People are somehow the smartest Scooby-Doo mystery solvers.
And the dumbest people in the world.
And then every adult is a fucking clod.
Right.
Just
again,
an idiot. Like,
so, but now
idiot.
all of a sudden, on a
they're
dime,
peanuts adults.
They are. Except now, the entire movie, by the way, did the tropey mom hates the daughter, daughter hates the mom.
This is horror Charlie Brown. The more we talk about it,
but it's like you just mom doesn't get me. The dad has to be like, oh, give her a break. It's literally the tropey shit until the daughter says, Mom, it's that demon thing that you guys talk about, and then the mom goes,
oh shit!
Well, I believe you 100%. Let's do this. Let's fucking bust some shit up and let's fucking
she grabs
Ghostbusters.
A kitchen knife.
And you're like,
dude, yeah, but just not when my best friend disappeared. Who's like a family
she refused
friend.
to speak English. She made her speak her language. She was like just the worst mom to her. And then she said, oh, well, why didn't you just say it was the demon?
Why didn't you say it was that guy?
Call Egon. Let's get the Ghostbusters on this thing.
Bankman. Yeah.
So we never say the end, so we won't spoil
no,
the end.
And I didn't even say who died.
No.
We did the one.
One of them.
That was a reference to a scene. Some teachers die, some family members die. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, but it leaves it. Guess what? Here's my number one biggest problem with not just all movies, but horror movies specifically, because it ruins the movie.
Sequels, baby.
Sequels. You can't just end it and give me like a one-off amazing horror movie.
Even if we're not do it. Sequels.
Gotta give you that nugget. What if maybe we do another one?
Smile 2.
Same thing.
No. But that's one that is getting one.
Right.
So if you're gonna
thing.
leave it open-ended, do another one.
They ruin it.
You know what I mean?
Smile.
Talk to Me got a 2 announced.
It's getting that's
perfect.
But you're ruining the movie. Smile's ending ruined a really good movie completely because they needed to set up a sequel.
Fix it. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll like answer some questions that are garbage in that one.
Okay.
Maybe it's like not a prequel. Maybe it's like a sequel. Maybe it's a prequel. Okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. Whatever.
I will say that the couple there was some. This movie was not yet.
Okay.
This movie was creepy though. The bleacher scene when she goes back by herself and the breathing in the steps. The way they used that was great. Like I got goosebumps thinking about it. There were some creep ass parts in this movie.
Like in the reflections, but you don't really see it like solid ever until like the very, very end.
Like she goes through the door and shuts it, and it holds on the door, and you hear it like walk away from the door, and you see just a little bit of a light break, and you can hear him breathing, and you're like, oh, that's creepy as shit.
And you don't even. She
doesn't even know it's there, which is even more unsettling. And she just like strolled in at night to her house like it's no big deal when something was a foot away from her about to kill her, and it's like. Yeah. That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's fucking creepy.
Fuck that.
So
that because that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That makes you feel
like doors shut and like things happen and like lights turn on and off in rooms where people aren't in, and I've walked by doors and they get pulled shut.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
I'm like, okay, well, like ghosts are like
probably
10,000% real. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Prove they're right. It just makes you everything good then, because like, oh, cool. Then
every time something alters or my TV changes, I'm like, fucking whatever you
want to
watch, bruh. It's your pick.
I'm gonna give this
Ghosty's pick.
5.8.
Okay. That's fair. I think 5 out of 10 is what I'm
You're
gonna
giving it a
do.
flat
Yeah,
5?
I'm gonna give it a middle of the
I
road.
like the
It was good.
creepiness.
It was
the
good.
creep factor was great.
It's better than some other horror movies we've seen.
It's
this
not
year.
the worst
I think
we've seen.
Evil Dead is probably the most
Evil Dead's
creepiest,
probably the best
goriest, horror
movie of the year overall,
probably.
like horror.
Yeah.
Comedy horror so far. Oh, you've got a new one that may have supplanted Haunted
It
Mansion.
might be better than Haunted Mansion.
Oh, I'm excited.
Because
we got a
it
review
is
for that.
Full, like, horror.
I'm gonna go see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's better than The Blackening for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's a
those
little
are,
tease,
those
little
are
preview.
good contenders for our horror comedy.
Okay.
You know,
Of the
maybe
year,
we
yeah.
do best horror so far, and we do like
A Halloween
the
type thing.
the weenies, the Halloweenies.
Instead of corny, we have
Yeah.
weenie.
Hulu Live, Family Guy was on at one point.
Oof.
I could stomach it for about 20 seconds, and it's the one where Brian like writes a play,
Okay.
and it like fails, and so Stevie
Yeah.
writes one, and it like succeeds, right? But they still do like the cutaway gags, and they spend like 3 minutes or so like talking about a joke. Futurama, they somehow still do that, but like bake it in organically because it's so absurd they can do anything.
The writing
It's
is
so
different
refreshing.
level.
It's so refreshing.
It's
to get that again.
You're
Yeah.
getting payoff now.
Yeah.
Like the writers have now realized that there were payoff for jokes that were set up 2 runs ago.
Yeah.